Good evening, everyone. It's the start of the council meeting for April 27th, Bensalem Township, home of Holy Ghost Prep. The next item on the agenda is the opening of the meeting with a moment of silence and pledge. And I'd like to do something a little different here this evening and bring up our captain of the team, Chris Marshall, right? All right, so what I want you to come back here, if you don't mind. Sit here. And then, so ask everyone to stand for the opening. Ask everyone to stand for the opening of the meeting.
Can everyone please stand for the opening of the meeting?
With a moment of silence.
With a moment of silence.
Or prayer.
Or prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got it. You got it, yep. And I know Darren can hear me, and whenever Darren's ready, Darren can come in and we can set the video up. Real quick, while we're waiting for Darren, I just wanted to introduce and go around the table. Mr. Phil Worsta is our township engineer. We have Deb McBreen, who's our executive secretary, Councilman Joe Knowles, Councilman Joe Wenzel, my name, Ed Tokmajian, Councilman Jesse Sloan, Councilman Ed Kisselbeck, and then we have Mayor Joseph DiGirolamo, and then we have our solicitors, Joe Pizzo.
And I'm sure everyone knows this, but this guy here is a graduate from where?
I'm a graduate from Holy Ghost.
There you go.
Yeah. Real quick, it's truly an honor sitting up here on council to recognize the Holy Ghost Prep School hockey team right here in the community that they call home. For winning the Flyers Cup for the second year consecutive in a row. And as a proud alum, I couldn't be more excited to see this continued, and I know Holy Ghost strives by excellence. And I congratulate the players, the coaches, and the entire Holy Ghost community for the incredible achievement. And I actually set up the promo video that you guys put up, so we're gonna play that real quick.
It's not about what we want tonight, but what we're going to be willing to do in order to get there. You need to be manifesting and picturing in your head us at the end of this game raising that Flyers Cup championship trophy again. Enjoy this tonight. Enjoy being back-to-back Flyers Cup champions. It's something that's never happened in Holy Ghost history.
Awesome. We can't tell you how proud we are. I'd like to invite Mr. Garrison to come up to the podium, and then is our coach here, Mr. Ritchie? Oh, okay. Deb, you have the certificates? The certificates? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So we're going to give out certificates to the team, but Mr. Garrison, if you wanted to, did you want to say anything real quick?
I just would like to say on behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for this recognition. I know how much that the young men appreciate it and their parents appreciate it now, but they only can begin to understand what this will mean to them 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now. Not only what the accomplishment means, but the opportunity to be able to do something like that and to be in this community and be able to do it and to share with the entire Bensalem Township is not only a privilege, but it's an honor, and we thank you for all of this recognition. It's truly appreciated. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I played on
Thank you.
Father Judge football team, championship team, and 50 years after you win it, it's going to mean something
There
to
you
you.
go.
So
That is the truth.
It is
That
the truth.
Yeah.
We have certificates, and we'll give them the certificates. If you want to call up the names for all the
Sure.
players?
Let's
okay?
go up. Let's
You
go
want to do
up.
it? Let's do it.
Mayor Joe, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Mayor, thank you. Yeah, good to see you.
Nice to meet you. Hey, don't.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll get started pretty quickly. First of all, congratulations to these guys. I want you to know that in 1955, 51 actually, when I was going to go to Holy Ghost, I want to tell you, I wouldn't be wearing a tie, I'd be wearing a collar because it was a seminary back then. You guys didn't know that, did you? It was a seminary way back when, and so it turns out that I became a mayor instead of a priest. So anyway, I'm going to have Ed Tokbajian come since he, we will, but you come up first.
Sure,
You-
yep.
As a graduate of there, and you can announce who's going to, the first person to come up.
Yep.
Who's going to do it all?
You want to say all names?
Go ahead.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. So as you get your name called and come up here to the front, grab your certificate, and then we'll take some pictures.
You go Owen Leary. All right, Jack Avigan. James Esposito. Chris Marshall. Lucas Gonzalez. He's not here. Brandon Watkins. Patrick Ozier.
Congrats.
Anthony Valerie. Matt Solita. Oh, wait, what? Nate Romer. Josh Adunkowitz. Anthony Stern. Felix Hofnagel. Jackson Foster. Ryan Christie. Chase Logue. Brady Flynn. Lucas Helms. Mason Thomas. And Ryan Carey. We're good. And I got the rest for that. Actually, mention these guys' names? All right. We also got Gump Whiteside here as well.
We'll go for pictures? Pictures? Yeah, well, you can take them with you.
So guys in the back, your head between the shoulders, the guys in the front. Slide this way. How's that look, okay?
Get everybody?
This is for the township stage.
Yeah, it's free and clear now.
We're going to continue on with the agenda. Just wanted to say again, congrats to Holy Ghost Prep hockey team for their second consecutive year winning the Flyers Cup. Move to agenda number 3, public comment, limited to only specific agenda items only, and then there will be general public comment at the end of the meeting. Anyone specifically want to speak to, for, or against any of the agenda items this evening? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the public comment. I do want to turn to Mr. Pizzo, if you can please announce our executive session this evening.
Certainly. The minutes should reflect that council met in an executive session this evening for approximately 45 minutes immediately prior to this evening's council meeting. Present for that executive session were the 5 members of the Township Council, Mayor DiGirolamo, the Township Director of Administration, and me. 2 matters of personnel were discussed during the executive session. No official action was taken during the executive session, and no official action is required this evening as a result of that executive session.
Thank you, Mr. Pizzo. Agenda number 4, the approval of council minutes for meeting date April 13th, 2026. Gentlemen?
I had a couple editorial corrections. I did email those to Deb earlier, so she's got them, but just real quick, on page 15, it says, we don't need to know needs to be changed, missing the word what. We don't need to know what needs to be changed. There were a couple instances where it said tips strategies as opposed to tip strategies. That's about it. So minor editorial corrections, and like I said, those I emailed to Deb, and she said she's already incorporated those corrections into the minutes.
Got it. Thank you, Councilman Sloan. Anyone else have any changes, corrections, additions? No. Okay. Need a motion to accept and approve with the changes that Councilman Sloan presented.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
And a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay.
Joe wants it, yep.
A motion.
We'll write Joe down. Just write Joe.
Motion and seconded. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any against? Abstain? Okay. Motion carries forward. Deb, they're approved with those changes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Move to agenda number 5, the consideration of a resolution authorizing the process of an application to the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources regarding Gilbert Courts improvements. Mr. Pizzo, is this yours?
Administration,
I'm
Chakowski is with us for this evening.
I do that all the time.
No
Sorry,
problem. I'm hard to miss.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone, for your time tonight. In front of you is a resolution. The township is intending to submit a grant to DCNR, the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, for a community conservation partnership program, a C2P2 grant for recreation uses. This would be a reconstruct of the Gilbert Drive basketball, tennis court, pickleball court that is in that area. The Gilbert Drive court is the main source for our summer rec tennis program. So that's where the Bucks County Tennis Association will run that program for us each year. With this grant, we will actually enlarge. Gilbert Court was the first court that we had pickleball installed on. It was kind of overlaid on top of the tennis court. But with this grant, if we are awarded, the intention would be to enlarge the asphalt area and then create segregated spots so that you don't have a basketball running onto the tennis court and pickleball court. So everything would be fenced off, segregated as its own individual area, create ADA access, handicap parking space, all those things needed for as part of the grant requirement. It is a 50-50 grant. We would put up 50% of the as a match, and the intended project is approximately $730,000. Is the engineer's estimate that we are submitting on behalf of onto the DCNR. The resolution that is in front of you is authorizing the mayor to sign off any grant documents needed. And then obviously if it's awarded, I'll be back in front of you once it's awarded.
What's the location of Gilbert Courts?
So Gilbert is off of Pascagoula Boulevard and yeah, it's in the Chamois Valley, across from Independence Court. It's a tennis court right there across from, or tennis basketball court.
Where the Corman Suites apartments is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
John, just a couple questions. First, how do we identify, you and I, we meet several times about township business, and we always talked about grants. How did we identify this grant?
So we are in need, the tennis court there is actually cracking to the point that we can't top seal anymore. So throughout the years, we've resealed the course, applied the rubber surface for the tennis court, but it's now at a point where it actually needs to be milled out, a base repair and everything like that. So it was on our capital plan. This grant met the requirements for it, so that's why we decided to go for that.
Understood. And we have someone that's now looking at and inquiring as to more of the grants that are out there for some
Yes.
of our capital projects.
Yes, we hired a grant writer that helps us, one, identify potential grants that are out there, and then two, helps us make the presentation a better place.
So was this one identified by that grant writer?
Yeah, we have monthly meetings with them. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure whether it was quarterly, monthly. We have monthly meetings with her, and at that point, they let us make us aware of what grants are opening and the timeframes and everything like that.
Got it. And what happens if the work comes in under what that grant is?
Then we just send money back to the state.
Got it.
And
the reason why I'm asking is, I mean, we've talked about the hockey rink.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, having the hockey team.
Yeah.
I know that there's some work in there, and I know we have that intended for improvements. Is there a possibility, because it's got a very similar use to it, to maybe use those extra funds and to maybe try to rehab that?
So actually, all grants are limited to wherever you're submitting for, because you have to submit a design, you have to submit all that with it. So we wouldn't be able to reallocate the funding. We could always upgrade. I know in the original proposal, there was a discussion about putting some sort of plexiglass around it to deaden the noise. It's still in there, but it's a placeholder that it will depend on the pricing and everything like that.
Okay.
But unfortunately, there's not availability if it does come under to be able to reallocate the funds somewhere else.
Got it.
The rink at Galloway, that we did, you resurfaced?
We did, and as Council President and I have had conversations, we've had some, the material is shrinking, and it's creating a larger gap on the side. We did, post our conversation, we have been able to source the additional pieces that we had talked about before. Falls Township is doing an order. So one, we've tagged on to their order, but two, Kyle Pennypacker was also able to find a source that provides just tiles, boxes of tiles. So we should be able to get that. I don't want to give you a definitive because I don't know, but we're much closer than where we were when we talked the other day.
Got it. And we're confident that that's going to be a fix. I mean, we're essentially piecing that in, and are we confident that's going to really satisfy?
The representative from Sport Courts coming down too.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
Okay. All right.
we're going to work with them.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to
No.
digress from this piece, but I figured, let me ask.
We're
That's
here.
good, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money on resurfacing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Yep, good point. Yep. Any other questions for Mr. Chakowski?
Yeah, I've got a couple. So 730,000 total cost? So
Total
for the
cost.
township's
So-
portion would be 365?
Correct.
Is that included in the budget, or would that be for next calendar year?
So I have to look to see when the award announcement is, because it depends on when the award announcement is and then when the grant would become effective. So it could theoretically be in the 27 budget. If it's not, then it would be in the 28 budget, just depending on award times.
Okay, but it's not planned, we don't expect a decision in funding and the project to be this calendar year?
I think that and forgive me, I can ask the question and get it back to you, but I think the award announcements happen before the end of the year. I just don't know when the grant is
Project
effective.
starts, yeah, okay.
Most likely, if they're announcing, if they're announcing this year, it's usually a 1/1 start. Sometimes when they award this year, you can start right away. Obviously, we won't have the funding to be able to start this year, but it would then be allocated. You will see it in our 27 budget one way or the other,
Gotcha.
whether we
Okay.
get the grant or not.
Right, understood. And then, I'm not sure what the standard practice is for grant applications, if that's something that the solicitor would review, or they only look at the contracts once, we're actually getting into the award agreement.
The solicitor looks at the award agreements. The actual application, that's just handled by they want a narrative, how's it going to benefit? They want support letters from legislature, from local areas. We got a support letter from the Bucks County Tennis Association as part of the submission. So usually the award is designated by the state or the grantor. There are guidelines as to what you need to submit in it.
Okay, does it make sense to add in a resolution or any kind of letter of support from council, or does this kind of meet that wicket?
The resolution provides that.
Gotcha,
yes.
okay.
Shows that we're willing to, one, we know that we're going to have a match requirement, but two, also that we're willing to accept it if it is awarded.
Okay, understood.
Additional questions?
I just want to clarify. We're going to tear up and replace all the asphalt in that area. We're not going to patch anything, right?
No, we're actually going to
Everything's-
mill it completely out, repair the sub base,
Perfect.
as well as expand it.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Mr. Knowles, Mr. Kisbeck, anything else?
I'm good, yep.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Then I would ask for a motion to accept and approve the resolution.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution authorizing the process of an application to the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources regarding Gilbert Courts improvements be submitted.
Is there a
I'll second.
Okay. Motion and seconded. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay. Mr.
Thank you very much,
Chakowski,
gentlemen.
Thank you
Have a
very
great
much for
night.
being here. Go over that with us.
President.
Move to agenda number 6, a consideration of a minor land development for Mr. James Mee, Creative Architectural Metals, Inc. I believe this one's, we're tabling this to another date certain?
That's correct, Mr. Tokmajian. As council will recall, this applicant was in front of you earlier this year. Several issues were identified at that time that required further attention, particularly as they pertain to the stormwater management facilities. The applicant is continuing to work on that, and by correspondence dated April 22nd, advises that they are nearing completion of the design and are asking that the matter be tabled again to a date certain to allow them the opportunity to finish that and then come back before you to complete the hearing on their application.
Did they give you a date yet?
They did not give a date specifically. I would say out of probably into June would probably not be too bad. That way, that leaves them some additional time, and we won't have to, I doubt, would have to table it again.
22nd. So then, Mr. Pizer, we're thinking 60 days? The second meeting in June?
Second meeting in June, I would suggest.
Okay, thank you. Council, if you so choose, would need a motion on the floor to table that to June 22nd.
I'll make a motion that we table agenda item number 6 to a date certain of June 22nd, 2026.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor to move the minor land development to June 22nd, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, that item's been moved.
And apparently, and happy early birthday, Mr. Gilbert.
Yeah,
You have to bring another cake.
so I set a precedent now. Now everybody's
Yeah.
going to expect a cake if it falls on their birthday.
Can I request a special?
No. Agenda number 7.
No,
to consider-
they may make another typo, add 100 years to it.
Agenda number 7, consideration and signing of agreements for Faulkner Auto Dealership located at 4437 Street Road. Who's got this one?
That would be me, Mr. Tokmajian. Before you are the Land Development Improvements Agreement and the Stormwater Best Management Practices Operation and Maintenance Agreement for Faulkner Buick GMC. The dealership showroom, as you may recall, sustained some damage when the tornado blew through a few years ago. And so Faulkner has been working on a new design for its Buick GMC showroom. The council previously approved a land development plan that will have the existing showroom demolished and a new combination showroom and service be constructed in its place. These agreements are the development agreements for that land development. They have been prepared by our office, executed by the property owner. The necessary monies have been posted with the township, as well as the necessary insurance, and the agreements are in a form acceptable for your consideration and approval this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Pizzo. First, let me just add, it's great to see one of our local businesses coming together and rebuilding after that. That was years ago. I remember that still. I think so.
Faulkner is a good corporate citizen.
That's
and
what
a
I was
good-
going.
Good
Yep.
corporate neighbor.
So it's great to see that they're continuing to be successful and growing here in Bensalem. I do have a two-part question, though, Mr. President. This comes, the land development piece was already approved, and these agreements come down the road. And I know they're relatively standard, but I guess my question to you is, at what point, what stipulates how the time frame after the land development gets approved, and why doesn't it get included with that land development? And then second question is, are we seeing these with every commercial redevelopment or land development?
The answer to the second question is yes. The answer to the first question is typically your approvals are granted with, in some cases, a variety of conditions that the developer has to satisfy post your approval. Generally, those are third-party approvals. Once they've got yours, they've got to secure all the approvals from the County Water and Sewer Authority, and Aqua for the water and sewer, PennDOT if road widenings or highway occupancy permits are involved. So all of those things generally tend to happen after your approvals. In some cases, if you remember 2 weeks ago, there was a minor subdivision in front of you that showed a plan that had a dry well that spanned over 2 properties. You approved it conditioned upon the developer making revisions to the plan that would separate that into 2 separate dry wells. Once that's done, those plans have to be re-engineered. They have to be reviewed by the township's engineer and signed off on. So that process sometimes can take weeks, sometimes can take months, depending. So all of those things happen between when you approve the plan and when the developer agreements are put in front of you. Once everything is to a point where you're ready to sign record plans, and I believe there were some record plans that are set aside for you to sign this evening. Once we get to that point, then we're to the developer agreements. The developer will typically go to the bank, get the money to fund the construction project. The developer agreements are approved. Usually they're reviewed and signed off on by the lender as well, not signed off on in the sense that they're signing these, although in some cases they do, depending on the structure of the developer agreement. So there are instances, this one was approved by council in December. Here we are in April, and I'll tell you that this is probably one of the quicker turnarounds. In some cases, it could be upwards of a year before all of the things that are done. And in some cases, for any number of reasons, could be several years. There is a clock in place that protects these things from languishing too long. And at some point in time, it's a 5-year window. But if we get to that point, the township gets a second bite at the apple to make sure that if you've made changes to your stormwater management regulations, updated your code provisions in whatever fashion, the township gets a second bite at the apple to make sure that the plan complies with anything that might have happened during that 5-year window. But 5 years is generally not, it does happen, but it's not the norm.
Thank you. Yeah, I do remember reviewing these and approving these in the past, so that's why I figured I wanted to ask those details as far as the timing. Thank you.
Mr. President, in this case, I think they're going to hit the ground running, though, because I happened to go over there to the Cadillac place, and they cleared this. It's all clear, the ground's done, it's ready. Yeah, demoed, it looks good, too.
Yep.
It's ready to go, so they're going to, as soon as we get this done, they're going to hit the ground running, I think.
Agreed. Any other questions? Okay, council, I would need a motion to approve and accept the signing of the agreements.
I'll put this in the form of a motion, Mr. President, that we approve the consideration and the signing of an agreement for Gail Faulkner and Joseph Faulkner's 4437 Street Road, tax map parcel 02-008-006-001, and this is relative to the land development improvement agreement, which we will execute the copies and sign, council will sign. and the Stormwater Best Management Practices Operations and Maintenance Agreement, which will also sign.
Thank you, Mr. Kissback. Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, thank you very much. That's been approved. Okay, we'll move to agenda number 8. Any public comments? No?
I'll check, that's for the president.
President, sorry.
Okay, seeing no,
You too.
seeing no public comment, I'll close the agenda number 8 portion for public comment. I'll move to agenda number 9, any other additional business. I'll go around the room. Mr. Worst?
No, sir.
Okay. Deb, anything?
Yes, Mayor asked me to go over just a few points here.
All right.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Parks and Rec, their programs are listed on the township website. There are golf camp, hockey, basketball, tennis, a lot of good programs for the kids in the community, so check it out. The Police Memorial is May 18th here at the Township Legacy Garden at 10 a.m. We have the Memorial Day Parade is Monday, May 25th. Starts at Holy Ghost Prep, 10 o'clock. Continues along Bristol Pike into Andalusia and ends at Mill Road. The event is a significant community gathering that honors those who have served and sacrificed for the country. It's very nice. And then season passes are really doing well. And the first concert is Wednesday, May 27th, with Gold Dust Woman, which is the music of Fleetwood Mac.
All right. Nice job, Deb. Thank you for the update. And might I add, you do a fabulous job as far as communicating and keeping us updated to all those events. So I can't thank you enough for everything that you do for us.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Councilman Knowles?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Memorial Day Parade and honoring our vets. It's usually a lot of fun. I know you guys will all be there, and it's a lot of fun. The community all gets together. We have a pretty good crowd down Bristol Pike. We started down above Holy Ghost, right?
Yeah.
We'll go down to Mill Road, and then they usually have some kind of get-together down at Mill Road there, and then also back at the VFW in Andalusia. Or the Andalusia Veterans Association, I think it's called now, the Veterans of Andalusia, the VOE. Also, I would like to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day. I think it's the 10th of
Yes.
May. Certainly to my wife, who has 2 children. They're older now, but, and my mom, unfortunately, has passed away, but she was a mother of 12, and it's a great thing in our community to have mothers that take care of their children and raise responsible adults who pay taxes. Hopefully lower taxes, but they pay taxes.
So 11
So,
out
yeah,
of
thanks.
12 for your mother raising a responsible individual is pretty good, right, Chad?
1 out of 12 ain't bad.
Joe, are you committing to lowering taxes?
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna try not to raise them, right?
Okay. Councilman Wenzel?
I just echo what Joe said. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We'll see you in 2 more weeks.
Okay, I'll turn to Councilman Sloan.
I will just reiterate the same, nothing else.
All right, very well. Councilman Kisselbeck.
And I will ditto the same thing that everyone just said, Mother's Day, and see you at our next meeting.
Got it. Mr. Pizzo.
Happy Mother's Day, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Got it. I think we mentioned about 8 times up here. I'll finish off the meeting also wishing all our mothers a happy Mother's Day too as well. I also wanted to, in light of the recent events, wanted to again acknowledge our law enforcement and then as well also acknowledge our media that was at that event too as well. And the work that they do too as well. And then lastly, been through a number of meetings this year, and I forget to acknowledge Darren, and I know Darren's in the back room, but he does a lot of work for us, and he really supported us with the video and the pictures, and he really is supportive of our meetings. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned Darren and thanked him for his good work too as well. So that's all I have, and have a wonderful evening, and looking for a motion to adjourn.
Go Flyers, let's adjourn.
Go Flyers.
Yep.
All right. A second to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, and we're adjourned. Thank you very much. Good evening.